Yes, Yol and Johnny Boy be ballin'. Welcome back. It's Corked Stats, the fastest freaking show in MLB. Absolutely. Anyway, with your homeboy, Big Johnny Stud, yo. Live and in color, Brooklyn, New York, as always. Coming at the damn chair as always. Follow me up on Twitter at John Lagaza. Flow sharper than the damn razor. Find out what all the hubbub is about over on Substack. Rather than try and shake my hoo-haws and get you in the champagne room, let's show off a little bit of why you should be signing up. We're going to save you some fucking time. Baseball and football going around the clock. Jaybird, Carolina, Daddy, a wagwan. Mi gente. All right, let's get through it. It's a full one, but we're split. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Let me get the schedule under wraps. Okay, pretty simple. We got 3 at 1, 1 at 3, the rest afterwards. So we're going to start from San Diego and Philadelphia. All right, here we go. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. Yo, Jeff L, what's going on? And Chandler B.E., of course, Carolina Daddy. Need a bounce back. We did okay yesterday. It would have been a lot fucking better if we would have got that fucking Bobby Witt hit run ribby across. But it happens. Chandler needs a slump buster in the gutters. You know what I mean? Best piece of fucking advice. Of course, I'm derailing already. Best piece of advice. This is all kidding aside. Because, again, we actually care about you. Extra earpiece. Go into the combine, brother. You need to be sharpening your skill, but remove the risk, man. Bet on paper for fucking 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Show a profit. Guess what? If you don't, that was all money that you fucking saved. And if you do, then you feel better about the process, right? It's kind of coming back to form. So that's really the thing. And then we got Donahue, a wugwan. All right, come on. Let's do this fucking damn thing. First up, Walker Buehler on the bump for the Friar Tucks. Very heavy dog on the road with good reason against the Fighting Phils and Christopher Dirty Sanchez. Man, Christopher Sanchez has he given up a run in 30 days? Hold on, let's check the last 30. No, the ERA's 0. 2 Sierra, 29.5 KBB. He is fucking humming. He has a .85 ERA at home. He's been incredible. Buehler, yeah, I maybe thought he'd even be a little bit worse. I mean, it's not great, but he's ahead and keeping, the ball in the yard. And, that's a pretty good start. Maybe even more strikeouts than I thought, though, with a 7.5 swing strike rate. There isn't going to be much coming under the hood. I think when it comes to these, you're either looking for any reason to fade the favorite, right? Or go for the run line, right? Lean into the fucking momentum. Hard to look for a cover from the Phillies versus San Diego, even if you think they might get to Buehler. Phillies' offense has been pretty whack against righties last 260 PAs, batting 188 with a 288 slug, 538 OPS. They've been fucking shitty. Not like you're really afraid of the Padres' offense. They've been bad all season, and the lefty splits are especially gross, batting 205 last 30 days. So you got to give the edge, obviously, to Sanchez, but the fail point for the run line, remember, as I talk, I'm scrolling around, showing off how quickly the tools work in the stream of consciousness, right? Because that's what this is about. You want to focus on a game, you want to bang it out, you want to get everything done, and then move on. You don't want to keep fucking mishmashing, right? Set the template, hammer it out, finish the work, move on, do something else fucking productive, you know what I mean? Is the San Diego bullpen, right? One of the best pens in the league, and if Buehler is good at all, you're going to be fine. San Diego is fully rested. So I'm probably with the algorithm that we got a nice Phillies win, and I think we get the cover. But, man, I almost feel as good about the under. So there's a couple ways to skin that cat without scratching his asshole, right? You could play for the run line cover. At least that's at even money, right? So that's like the saving grace. It was minus 120. I'd say no. Then maybe if you paired, what if you went Philly and the under? Philly and the under is plus 270. And I think I might like that one because it plays into a little bit more of the analysis. I don't think Sanchez is going to go blank again, but I doubt he gives up more than 2 or 3. Same Buehler, I think maybe he gives up his 2 or 3, and then San Diego hangs all the goose eggs. So I never actually do this, but I want to get a little more creative. Right, I can get creative with the show picks. So I've got Philly ML plus FGU 7.5, and that was plus. What did I say? Did I say 320? Phillies under. I'm sorry, 170. Where the fuck did I get 320 from? In your dreams, fat guy. Next up, the Basset Hound. Woo! He's on the bump for the Orioles. Wind blowing out in Boston, down in Yawkey to face Peyton Troll Toll. Got to pay the Troll Toll if you want to get in this boys hole. And the Red Laundry, minus 150 at the crib with good reason. Give you an idea of a little model read. I've got Boston with the same clearance on the money line as I do for the Phillies. And Boston is coming in 70 cents cheaper, right? Pure value for me on Boston. Maybe a pairing the two of them, talk about a fucking donkey lick. But hey, man, such is life in the big city. Philly plus Boston is a plus 220. Now, that's another one I never really do. I often talk about different ways to skin a cat without scratching its ass. That we know. But because I don't like to double up on certain games, it only has to do with risk. I'm not like it's bad luck. And I wonder if maybe like turn down the risk and instead of playing, a half unit, maybe you're doing like a third of a unit on that combo, a third of a unit on the run line, a third of a unit, and just trying to mix it up. I worry it's a lot of work on a little risk and you may end up washed out. But it does open up different avenues, and of course you could hit it all. Right? Philly could win this game tonight 3-1, Boston wins. You get the cover and the under, plus the cover and the under, plus the fucking donkey pairing, so. This one's pretty clean for me. Bassett's really been struggling. We might be over the hill here. Velo is down to 91. Single-digit KBB, single-digit swing and strike, ball rate up at 40. These are all the red flags we're looking for. He's also really struggled versus lefties. Boston offense starting to get it going. Bassett has an 8 ERA on the road. Toll has been shoving last 30 days. Especially, we know this kid has the goods. I think he may only get better. Nearly 22 KBB, 13.5 swing and strike. All the indicators are like fucking 2 and change. I mean, Toll is legit good. But Baltimore offense, though they've hit, lefties are certainly the weaker split. And Boston, though they haven't been great, have done what little hitting they've done against righties. Last 7 edge definitely goes to Baltimore over Boston. But Boston has the big-time bullpen edge. So I think I feel the same way as the other one. I don't really want to pay for the cover. This one's a little more palatable, the Boston run line. Right, so I like Boston run line minus 150, and we had Boston plus Philly MLs. Right, what was that shit again? Man, my short-term memory is fucking shot. I don't want to hear any fucking weed jokes right now. That one is plus 140. So I'm kind of mixing up the show picks a little bit. But it helps me when I do my re-rack later, having the notes, and I go, oh shit, that's right, I mentioned that. Sam, what's going on? Steve Stallings and Stu. Any love for pitcher walks? Okay, I don't really bet that, but it's only because I don't have fucking time. I used to bet them when I was doing the work for Athlon because I was putting up the fucking cheat sheet. But no shit, we've got really great stuff for that. It's made really easy on the fucking sheet. Number 1, ball rate over walk rate. Then we have the walks per game. And then you want to look at walks isolated to the starter handedness. Right, sorry, I overshot it. Right, walks per game. Bassett isn't over, Holmes isn't over, Gore isn't over, Arrighetti and Urania are the guys you're looking for those overs. Then you look to match it up on the hitter side, and yes, absolutely. Jam says, yeah, whoa, Black Bennett, Jam and 44 innings, no runs for fucking Sanchez. Dirty Sanchez wiping the dirty finger, underneath fucking people's noses. Remember, this is not fucking madness, people!
Spartans! What is your profession?
This is Sparta!
Damn right, I meant to hit the second one first, but if that don't get you fucking dick hard in the morning, I don't know what does, All right, it's going to be Boston for the fucking crush job, and I think we're safe to move it on. So I'm like I'm struggling with something here really bad. Yeah, it's my sizing. All right, I don't know. I guess it's good enough. Who the fuck want what? Gavin Williams on the bump For the guards, they're plus 135 on the road coming off the win in the boogie down against Garrett Cole and the Yankees. Yankees without Aaron Judge. Suddenly not as good in offense. They're not dog shit. There's a lot of good sticks still, but you feel the difference. You quite literally feel the difference. Very few hitters move the needle like Aaron Judge. I mean, obviously, but I don't even like to move the fucking model for a hitter, and it's hard not to ding the Yankees, a little bit. So let's take a look. Williams on a 3.07 ERA, 109 surface combo. Expected ERA north of 4, Sierra down at 3. What does that mean, people? Right, something we talk about all the time. Just briefly, for any new listeners, make sure you press the fucking like button, subscribe to this shit. Nuance and context pouring out your fucking nose that you're not going to get with the fucking filter queen. Yeah, cartoon fingers matter way more than they fucking should. No one is ever going to ask you if you learned something. Ever. How did you watch? Did you clicky? Did you clicky? It's like whatever. We live in the most brain dead era of fucking society. All the information to make us smarter, yet we were consistently getting stupider. Anyway, my indicators, the ones that I use that are not mine, Sierra, expected ERA. Even though you should be using mine over those two, Claude and MLBMA, those are both custom. So we'll give you unique handicaps. They also test better for intraseason ERA than the other ones. However, people do what they like. They still order chicken fingers at the fucking restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Sierra, skills independent, earn on average, going to be more exactly skills-based approach stuff. Expected ERA is ex-WOBA translated for pitchers. Ex-WOBA, great stat. Expected ERA, great stat. However, it is influenced by contact quality. We could then get into the argument over how much control a pitcher has over contact quality. The answer is it's a shade of gray. It's not all belongs to the pitcher. Remember, there were nearly missed foul balls that should have gotten rocked, and vice versa. Sometimes guys reach out of the zone and hit a fucking home run. Shit happens. I think you should be blending them, but it's really important to know the difference, right? I often get asked, which is your favorite? If you had to pick one, you can't pick one. Don't pick one, because they tell you two different things. And if you get two different answers in the case of Gavin Williams, right, that's the reason why. Because the skill-based stuff for Williams is really good. 29 K to 8 walk, 13.5 swing and strike, 32 CSW, 32.5 ball. This is like elite, chase rate, first strike. He is the nut hand. Keeping it down, but the misses have gotten crushed. Pulled fly balls, 47 hard hit, 12.5 barrel, 9 Shaman Lemon Ding Dong is going to get you in trouble. Especially against the Yankees, even without Judge, they still have a couple of good lefties in a good hitting environment. That's fucking Belly looking at you, Broham. Trent Grisham also in a good spot today. Garrett Cole has not given up a run since. I guess there's a negative regression case to be made, but he's doing everything you could ask for. Cole has been really split-proof, doing the thing with the four-seamer up in the zone the way that he does it. Man, offenses, again, the Yankees probably get the edge, even missing Judge. I took a quick look at the last 14. Neither is impressive. Last 7, Guardians is in trouble. So you got to like the Yankees for the win. Cleveland bullpen has been pretty good. Is going to keep it close. My play is probably the under if it's still 7.5. Because I honestly think there's a chance the Guardians get fucking blanked right now. Yeah, I'm seeing there's 7.5s out there. So I'm going to list it. You might be at like the minus 112 range or minus 115 range. But I got to get that 7.5. I'm not taking the 7. That's the determinative run. But also, Yankees heavy favorite at home. We're hoping to not get that 9th frame and help out our case for the under. Stephen Kolak on the bump for the Royals with cheese. 130 dog down in Cincy to face excellent C. Montgomery Burns and the Red Legs. Minus 155. This one sucks because I always want to bet Burns and the Reds. We just went to bet the fucking full game run line. He ended up getting scratched, and we ended up eating the DICK. For my younger bettors, there was once a time if the pitcher got scratched, you got your money back. Not on totals, but on the money line when it was listed. Those days are over. These are fucking over. And it feels like we don't end up on the right side of that very often for whatever reason. So we took a finger in the coolie on that one. It happens, you know what I mean? You get what you get, and you don't get upset. I'm also not the type to erase it, or lie. My guy got scratched. Yeah, my guy got scratched, and I have a fucking digit in my anus. You know what I'm saying? This is the fucking world we live in. Okay, Kolak was coming off that monster run. We faded him in the last game, and we got paid on that one. Sometimes being fucking smart, it works sometimes. It's good. Thank you. So Kolak, I think he's outkicked the coverage, single-digit swing strike. The control and command are very good, but he's pitching fucking batting practice, and the guy's has suppressed contact, but he's the one that I believe lessen. Why? Because he doesn't induce chases, so it's purely like a fucking zone feed here, and I don't like the environment for that, and I don't like him facing this offense. I know I'm always higher on the Reds than everybody else. Go fuck yourself. I like the Reds, man. Again, Kolak's been strong last 30. Nobody as good as Chase Burns. He is legit one of the best pitchers in the league. As I kind of stroll past, you could see all the red, everything. Swing and miss, plus control, wins in the fucking zone. He is really good. One of the best four-seamers in the entire major leagues. Offenses, you got to give the edge to Cincinnati. Kansas City, last 7 versus right, he's been disgraceful. 284 PAs are batting just 202 with a 282 slug, 560 OPS. The Reds, not significantly better, but I think the underpinning stuff is a lot better, right? An elite chase rate, which is the good matrix for Kolak, plus you get the pulled hard hit balls, which is what he's kind of surrendered when he surrendered them, and I think that's what we're going to get. So give me the Reds to do the thing. Again, neither offense has been fucking good. L7, you're not going to find it there, but then you always have the backup of the Royals pen. As bad as the Reds pen has been, and they have the emoji, it's like a minimal emoji. Burke 3 of 4, Mole 3 of 4, so it's not everybody, but whenever two of your top 3 might be unavailable, I just like to get the notes out there. Again, nuance and context scoring, that's your fucking nose when you roll with us. Fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this is what the fuck we do, man. No one doing it quite like us, man. Holler if you fucking hear me, you know what I'm saying? Let's fucking go. So as much as I worry about the Reds bullpen, I don't think it should fucking matter. Reds have to have a spot on this ticket somewhere. Like, if you pay the little bit of juice, and you don't mind, I think you sail this money line. Anytime you're depending on the Reds bullpen, there's always a chance that you get fucking yoked. At the end, that's, the world we live in. This is the plane of reality that we're in. And again, Kolak is not necessarily a gas can. We're hoping to outlast with other bad bullpens. And, that's kind of a fucking mush-mosh. I will admit, this feels like another spot for the blended bet. If you're unfamiliar with what the fuck I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm confusing sometimes and I talk too fucking much. Basically, it's this. This comes down to also something that I started with in football. That when you're getting into spread bets, when you believe in the spread bet, like, you should be opening yourself up to progressive plays. Maybe I shouldn't put that as spread bet. Although in baseball, it's spread. Yeah, it's hard to equate everything, because remember, we are talking about favorites and underdogs at the same time. But the key is this. Rather than take the more expensive option, right, that plays, right? So rather than take the most and only the most expensive option, you break off a little piece of that ass and put it on the less likely outcome that you still have handicapped, as a potential win. But the play that you're like, so in this case, we really like the Reds to win. We think they could cover. Rather than put the whole unit on the cover where you're taking a bit of a risk, where you feel very strongly about the win, maybe you're playing 3/4 of that on the win, the last quarter on the run line to help kind of balance out the juice. Another way would be to play 3/4 of it straight, and then maybe you're pairing a piece of that with the fucking Boston or some of the other fucking chalk donkey shit we were talking about. I know at least one boomer just threw up in his mouth at that thought. Next up, Patrick Corbin on the bump for the Bluebirds. They are going south of the border, down to the Dirty to face the Dirty Birdies. And my boy with the fucking Fu Manchu, Grant Holmes, minus 150 at the crib for the Bravos. Man, I'm always going after Patrick Corbin. I really don't care. The 365 ERA. Go fuck yourself! Like bull fucking shit. 5.25 expected. 4.5 on my, indicator. 10 KBB, 9 swinging strike, 22 CSW, 91 zone contact. He's all going to rely on the fucking BABIP, and whether or not you can take advantage of him, I think the Braves will do just that. You get Acuna, you get Riley, the fucking offense is awesome. I'm not really buying it. Braves should score runs. What do we think about Grant Holmes? It's a bit of a mixed bag, man. We saw him straight up dominate for a pretty large section of a season. It wasn't last season, it was the one before. Then we've seen him move around in a mixed role, be really good at points, be kind of fucking terrible at others. I'm going to pop the hood really quick. I know I'm not doing too much of the granular stuff today, but I want to get an idea of what the hell is going on with this fucking guy, Grant Holmes. You know, it's slider first, which I like because that's the big money pitch. And I guess that's pretty much that easy. When the 41% use slider, 381 X-Lug, 42 whiff, good fucking pitches, not working. You got to rely on the other stuff, which doesn't induce whiffs, and they get hit really hard. Yeah, it's that easy. The four-seam sinker and cutter combo is not very good. So I don't know if I really believe in Holmes. He's been a little bit better at home than he has on the road. He's been okay last 30 days, but it's going to be hard for me to get extremely bullish on a pitcher with a 140 whip. Right? He's walking hitters. And Toronto, though the offense hasn't been good, they've cleaned up the discipline a little bit. I don't know if he's going to induce the chases that they'll need. I mean, they're starting to get the extra base hits. We're getting some pulled, batted balls to aggression, excuse me. Braves versus lefties a lot weaker than I thought last 30 days. I wonder if the season stuff is a little bit better. Braves versus lefties on the year is better. Yeah, I mean, when they hit it hard. So I think I'm going to concede to the XCon, the extra base hits, and the ISO in the smaller sample, because again, we mentioned Corbin kind of feeding the zone, and Braves with the 402 Wobicon with the heavy swing rate. You know, again, if he's going to be zone feeding, I'm biting. Braves bullpen, easily the better option here. So I think the Braves win. The model likes them more than I do. I think I feel better about the Braves to score than having to rely on Holmes and giving Toronto 9 frames. So that's my show pick for right now. I'm kind of reserving the right to change my mind. But I've got Braves to 5 runs at even money. I think maybe Corbin gets fucking yoked up. Next up, it's the web slinger, Logan Webb, on the bump for the Gigantes. San Francisco treats our 130 dogs down in Cheesetown to face Coleman Crow and the Beer Makers. Minus 155 for Brewers at the crib. I know Webb, on the surface at least, it's been pretty gross. 4.82 ERA with a 140 whip, not what we expect. However, he's been supremely unlucky. 3 legs on the luck stool, 66 left on base, 329 BABIP, and a 12 homer fly ball. I think as long as Webb is throwing strikes and keeping it down, which he has, keeping the ball in the yard, which he has, I think we're going back to the Logan Webb that we know and love. He's been much better on the road this year. And even the last 30 Sierra is half of the last 30 ERA. Crow has pitched okay on the surface. He's more of a flip case, where he's really outperformed the 5 expected ERA and the 4.9 Sierra. Remember, we talked about the difference in those. When they agree, I tend to believe it. Now, he's throwing strikes and filling the zone, which we like, but again, a lot of zone contact and a lot of fly balls and a lot of barrels. Giants have started hitting. I think I like the Giants here. I think this is a misprice. I think people are just overreacting to the last thing that they saw. Brewers offense versus righties last 2 weeks is shit. Giants versus righties last 2 weeks is the best that we've seen them all season. Right? Devers is hitting, and Chapman even hit a fucking bomb. Giants last 7, one of the best offenses in the league right now. Super aggressive hitting for power. They've even tossed in a couple fucking steals. The bullpen has been ass compared to the Brewers, who are doing really well. So if we're still getting the plus money in the F5, like, that's pretty easy for me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Of course, my bookie doesn't fucking have it listed. Funny how that works. The few that we want to take the closer look at don't seem to be. I wonder if there's something there. Though, funny enough, MGM also does not have Giants F5 listed. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't. Oh, Crow is not confirmed. I'm sorry. That's the reason why Crow is not confirmed. I think I read that he's going to pitch, though. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. USMC, what's going on? We salute you. Grazie mille. And Adonis, up in the bitch. What's going on? Stu, 1054. John, are there any markets you wished were available? Oh, you motherfucker. Yes, of course. You must be a newer listener. Thank you for, jumping along. Usually the people, once they find this show, are like, where the fuck have you been? Fuck all that other stuff. Right? We're doing everything that if you don't like this shit, the fucking door is right there. You're probably fucking stupid. It's probably going over your head. If you've been around for a couple of years, you could check this on fucking Twitter. You know if I'm talking shit, I fucking back it up. You look up my name and did a thing. That's how I always remember it, because I tweeted I did a thing because I'm a fucking idiot. My under strikeout model, right? So it's hitter, strikeouts, under. My model is much better than the books, right? When it came out, we knew this. We were hitting tons of plus money shit. I was telling them, it was going on in public. I had the shit on record, the fucking pods and stuff. I was like, if we get a month of this, I'm going to crack them. Now, remember, I was just experimenting, 10 leggers for a fucking $1. I ended up hitting $1 into fucking 11,000 or something like that. Then they fucking take away your account, you get fucking limited, all this shit. They pull those bets down. DraftKings pulled those bets down completely, right? So now nobody offers them after that. MGM put them back up sneaky, right? So I hate to be fucking, I don't want to be sneaky with you guys. I try and be fully transparent. But remember, not only is that a niche market, it's not really available, and I had to retest the model against the new prices. So I was secretly betting under strikeouts again earlier this season, just as we were about to release. And I didn't fucking hit. I'm not going to fucking lie. Fucking Scouts Honor, I did not win. But they knew what the fuck I was doing, and they pulled the fucking market down again. Yeah, I swear. I fucking swear. I fucking swear on my kids. I really do. I swear on my fucking kids. So, yes, the answer is keep an eye out for hitter strikeouts under one, right? Under 1/2 or whatever. They come in at plus money a lot of times. The books have a hard time monitoring all of them. And we were getting guys that are platoon players. Like, we cover this on the fantasy pod every fucking week. There are so many teams that strictly platoon. They pull guys out in the third inning. The Tigers do it all the fucking time. Tons of teams. Washington does it. A lot of teams do this shit. The Tigers do this shit all the fucking time. And you could get those guys to not strike out for like it was plus 140. And you're like, what the fuck? Holy crap. And they would get pulled in whatever. So, yeah, in 8 million words or less. Yeah, there are markets that we're looking for. Keep an eye out for those. Those are a lot of fun to parlay from the fucking toilet. Again, unders are always sharper because you don't need anything to happen. Right? So, like, if a guy gets hurt or fucking gets pulled or, whatever the fuck happens, you cash those shits. Anyway. Yeah. Again, I hate not reading people's names correctly. Maybe Stop Ha. It could be Stofa, right? It could be, I don't know. Says Tigers do it too much. 100% agreed. They're too fucking smart for their own good. I would be getting Kerry Carpenter at bats versus fucking lefties. Kiss my ass. I'd be getting Colt Keith some at bats versus lefties too. I think when you're hit, whatever, I'm not going to do. It fucking, what it bothers me the most, just last thing is, you got to make sure that those are not the guys you're betting props on. I never felt guiltier. First of all, I never felt guilty about losing bets. We put in a lot of work. I believe in them. I press the button. You're an adult. You press the button. I have no regrets. I wanted to fucking step in front of a train betting Kerry Carpenter bases and having him getting pulled in the fourth inning. As, if you're me and you're touting publicly and shit like that, that's fucking embarrassing. I was hanging my head in shame. So never again. Legit, never again. If a guy gets fucking pulled, I make sure I check the game log, and you need 4s, 5s, and 6s. If you're seeing 2s and fucking 3s, you got to get the fuck out. So thank you for bringing that up. It's important. So I know it's a little bit of a derail for us, but it really is important. I want to make sure that people understand, right, when this isn't just game analysis, we are into the business of execution, right? We are into the business of market shopping, line shopping, market machinations, how to react, how to respond, plan A, plan B. This is why I have so much trouble covering fucking everything. I need fucking help. Anyway. Oh, so Giants F5 when it gets listed. Fuck me. Mackenzie Gore, my boy, Texas Rangers, with the emoji. They're in the road against Andy Palante and the fucking Cardinals. Again, the Rangers right now are like my favorite team to bet on. The offense is hitting a little bit. The pitchers are being undersung. And the bullpen's been good. Now, we have the emoji today. But let me see the price. I'm not sure I give a fuck. We're the better team. I got full game Gore minus 102. Gore F5 at minus 110. And I know, hold on, let's check the degree of the emoji. Latz 2 of 3, Junis back-to-back 3 of 4, he won't pitch. Beeks 2 of 3, 36, Peyton Gray 3 of 4, but he's a back-end guy. I think you could see Latz again. I know 2 of 3 is something, but it's only 27 pitches. And I think I want the at-bats because I don't necessarily trust the Cardinals' offense. Let's check Cardinals' lefties is brutal. Texas righties is not good, but a little something. Again, what you want to do against Palante, we could just do Palante really quick. Right, he's his own feeder. Lack of chase, high contact, right? So we're looking for contact. We're looking for a little bit of fucking shtick. Just a little bit. Which I think you're getting because the Rangers are not chasing and you're getting a lot of pulled line drives. Rangers are clearly the better team, L7. Also, to me, this is a bit of a misprice. I think people are jumping the shark again with these Rangers. Give me Texas wins this one, man. I can't believe Magor is even money. That's a little fucking crazy to me. Sorry, let me go back. I forgot to list the Giants F5. If I had to guess with the money line for the Giants at plus 130, I'm thinking it's got to be plus 110. Maybe it's 105 because that's what made my fucking stomach turn a little bit. If there's a negative in front of that Giants one, I think you pivot to the fucking straight win. Right? I'm only going to stomach so much juice to get the eject button on the, F5. Yeah, I hear that's like double fucking smartness right there. I don't understand it. Palante's like okay, but I mean, there's literally nothing to fucking love here. Maybe the public is still high on the Cards, even though they haven't really been showing it. They've just been like okay at best. Next up, Jeffrey Poland Springs on the bump for the Atleticos. They're on the road in Fenway to face Colin Rea and the Bears. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I talked about this. I do my best to put as much information as I can on the sheets. So you could look and in one fucking glimpse, boom, you are like fully prepared for the MLB slate. I take a lot of pride in that, and I don't think anybody can touch us as far as that. If you're an audio-only listener, go check out the video on YouTube. While you're over there, press the like button. Subscribe, why don't you? But it's the fucking truth. If you've thought about subscribing to the stuff, take a look at it, and I think it fucking blows you away a little bit. Now, the wind emojis have been really helpful, right? Wind away from the pitcher is out. Wind blowing in is wind blowing in. I thought that was intuitive. This one, I didn't know how to describe it. I'm going to explain what's going on. This one has the two wind emojis facing each other. The wind is blowing sideways. I normally ignore because it was also single digits. However, the total was at 9. So I'm going to be very clear. This game's a fade. I'm out. I don't like the weather shit. I don't like adjusting my model for weather. And I especially don't like adjusting my model for weather I don't fucking understand. I don't have to be a meteorologist to know 14 miles an hour blowing out to right center at fucking Philly, right? Citizens Bank, whatever the fuck they play, is bullish. I got that part. But when I see these mixed signals that are moving the line in a way I was unprepared for, I'm fucking Audi 5000. Let's just do it really quick. So here is what I'm getting at. You can see on the totals, I've got us at 8.5. So technically I'm on an under. I already moved this up. I don't want to keep hitting it. The totals are 5 and 9. They're already healthy. I'm at 5 on the first 5. The Cubs bullpen's been really good. When Springs is good and he's been better on the road, you also get some distance. Rhea hasn't been great, but I think he's going to hit the ground running. I don't know, ground ball team and the A's really haven't hit. A's offense the last 2 weeks versus righties, horrendous. They're going to need a boost from the fucking wind. .054 ISO, 49 ground ball, 5.5 barrel. Not only the 285 xWOBA, which is gross, a 299 XCon, they're doing nothing with the ball. Remember, XCon, xWOBAcon is your isolated damage metric. Shout out my guy, John Anderson, in the data warehouse. Can't play DFS without him. That's the pure damage metric. Again, just that one stat alone is probably worth the cost of admission. I think the indicators are worth the cost of admission. I think the fucking K projections and the base price, I think they're all worth that was always my goal is, if I'm going to add something, it should be enough that somebody says, yo, you know what, I do this and that's a fucking sale for me. And then when you combine them all, I'm really trying to, over-deliver on this bitch. But I need you to not be a cheap motherfucker your whole life and, get on board. So I'm not touching this one. I don't fucking know. I guess I like the Cubs to win at home. I've liked them, right? We've kind of been bullish on the Cubs the last couple of days. They brought home a couple of wins for us, but I don't know. Just I don't give a fuck. Next up, Paulie Skeens and the Buccos. Yeah, they're on the road. Pretty heavy favorite against Spencer Arrighetti and Meatballs and the Houston Astros. First thought is Skeens, right? But Arrighetti's pretty good. Now, the 134 ERA is quite, unbelievable. But the 113 whip, the Claude bot loves him much better than Sierra and expected ERA. This is an interesting one. Claude liking something in Arrighetti that even my model, though my model is a half run higher on him, right? Lower in number than expected ERA in Sierra. Claude really low. Contact suppression. You're getting lots of pop-ups. I don't know. He's been really tough on lefties. I think that's important versus Pittsburgh. And Arrighetti's been fucking money at home. Really great. Last 30, though. That Sierra has got to be at least a little bit concerning. I was trying to make, a case to maybe get on the Astros first 5 run line. You know what I mean? Trying to suck up some plus money if that's what we're getting. You're not even. It's like, nah, I should have checked it first. Minus 115 to get the half run versus Skeens. I don't know if I love that. Because it's not like Houston was hitting. If Houston was hitting, maybe it'd sell me. Houston beat righties last 2 weeks, 386 plate appearances. They're batting 213 with a 280 OBP. Sub 600 OPS, 13 swing and strike. Losing in the zone, bottom 3 line drive, bottom 5 hard hit rates is no thanks. Right now, Pittsburgh offense is a fucking ton of fun. They're awesome. Last 7 days, if not the best offense in the league, they're one of them. Doing everything. Taking walks, right? Elevating, pulling batted balls, stealing fucking tons of bases. You really want to get out of the way of the Pirates. This is the first time I could remember in a long time. The Pirates could be down like 2 or 3 runs, and you're not out of this bitch. You're not out of it. So I like the Pirates to win. This feels like bad. It's okay. It's bad chalk only for the price, but I don't think they're going to lose. Meaning, like, my fair price is probably like 134, minus 138, I mean. And not minus 160, but that's what you get with the name value of Skeens. Now, that's not enough to be like, bet the fucking Astros. Again, I don't have the love there. I don't love the bullpen, though. Hader is back, right? Shit, let me see. Did he? I'm curious if he's, like, listed active. I know I read about a return. I read about the return, but I got to be honest, I didn't actually see anything physically. Yeah, Hader is off the IL. He didn't pitch. So he's available, but they've struggled anyway. And again, the bullpen's been ass. So I think Pitt wins it, but you get caught on the fucking fence, And betting favorites in these spots is a good way to get in trouble. I like to get my exposure through parlays, but I keep the risk down. So for me, that's like that's the story I tell myself is I avoid stepping on the rake because I control the risk, and everything is also working within a daily allotment, which is a good way to avoid getting ruined, which is why I charge entirely too much to have people trail my stuff, because the picks are less important than the stylistics, right? And the sustainability and the combine stuff is really what separates the wheat from the chaff. Next up, Michael Lorenzen on the bump for the Rocks on the road against Wolbert Yarainya and the Halos. They're very heavy favorites. Wow, that sucked. We could have had the parlay last night. The Angels fucking let us down. Joe Adell took a home run off the fucking head and the glove. Bro. I mean, that didn't make the difference, but if it did, I assure you I'd be cursing right now. Retro frigga motherfucker. What the fuck was that shit?
It's frustrating.
The bubbles are frustrating.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, so frustrating. Adele, if you didn't see, a ball hit him in the head, then he tried to snag it with the glove, and he knocked it over the fucking wall. Not that it mattered. Angels had a really great shot in the 6th. Even with the 8 runs on the board, they had dropped 2, had 2 more on base. Adele was up, and I started thinking, I'm usually kind of negative, like, oh, we're fucked. You'll notice I mark X's that games are losers way before they're over. And I was like, he might hit a home run here. And if he hits a home run here, we're fucking back. We are back. And he did not. So, yes, I think Urania and the Angels win. However, I'm not buying this shit. We faded Urania his last time out, not believing the completely ridiculous ERA for that whip. 13% walk, 40% ball, 53 first strike. No way. Give me the over on this one. I'm really surprised this one's only at 8.5. I think this is closing at 9. You can get me over the 8.5. I'm going to look to shop around 8s, especially if we're pairing. Because again, we do have the heavy favorite at home, and we might lose the 9th frame. But I think the Rockies at large are being a little bit shortchanged. They've hit righties well, cleaned up the discipline, taking walks, not striking out. Like, what does that sound like going to happen to you today? Oh, who mentioned it before? Yo, I'm sorry. I'm so bad with the fucking names. I have so much going on. The walk props, right? Wolbert Urania walk props. Probably good. Even if it's a fucking 3-bagger. So I wouldn't bet on the fucking Angels. To me, that's crazy to pay that juice. Rockies bullpen nearly 7 ERA last 52 innings. Angels have a 3.12 ERA, but a nearly 5 Sierra, 1.5 whip, 16% walk. Oh my gosh, this is not what you want to be dealing with. Yeah, this one is like the most clearest over or nothing. Sorry, I mislabeled mine. I put 8. It's 8.5 minus 1 done. All right, last but not least on the afternoon slate, then we'll do maybe a quickie on maybe a quick early parlay. Shohei Ohtani on the bump for the Trolley Dodgers. Very heavy dogs on the road against Zach Gallen. I mean, this is like what it is. It is what it is. Dodgers are humming right now with one of the league's best pitchers, coming off a lull. So this isn't even like, oh, the Dodgers have overperformed. The Dodgers were underperforming. Now the skills are clicking. Get the fuck out of the way. Seriously, this is not the time to get smart or get your sharp money out to fade the Dodgers. I would not be doing it. Though, and I mentioned this, I can't remember if it was yesterday, the day before, or both. I hope it wasn't yesterday because we lost. No, it was the day before. Where we liked the Dodgers to win, but a little uncertain, felt better about the under. I think that's how I feel like this one. Where this is another like combo platter. Dodgers cover, but it's minus 120. I don't love that. How about Dodgers under? Oh, shit. Hold on. I have extra. All right, here we go. Hold on. Dodgers and under plus 180. Like that's the play I think I like, because I think that 9 is too high with Ohtani on the bump. Right now if we only think he's giving up 2, we have room for the Dodgers to give 7. And if I'm not mistaken, as bad as Gallen has been, home stuff has been good for Gallen. So, like, maybe he's just okay, and the Dodgers don't completely harass him, right? They just don't completely harass him. And the Arizona bullpen has been very good. So, if I had to pick one, that's actually the play I like the most is Dodgers, Arizona, FGU, 9. I think that 9 is too high for me. The book's probably agreeing a little bit because I'm seeing, like, it's minus 115 anyway. But all right, that'll do it for the late time stuff. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're gonna get out of here in a fucking second. Thanks everybody up in the comments and stuff. Shyland, appreciate you all. Love seeing new faces in there. Try and shout out everybody I can. Carolina, Daddy, mi gente. Only time the Dodgers lose is when I bet them. Fuck the Dodgers. So again, a good spot to go with that under. You know what I mean? You get that bad taste out of your mouth where you need to win, and we know the Diamondbacks do have Carroll and Marte, and as good as Ohtani's been, everybody's a regression case. That's how Major League Baseball works. That's why the prices get limited the way they do, meaning you never will ever see a minus 400. There are no minus 500s or minus 800s or minus 1100s like the NFL. You can't impose physical will, so it doesn't work that way. All right, let's just do the quickest of board reads. 4 games, and I'm going to get out of here. Okay, Max Meyer and the Marlins, minus 110 against Andrew Alvarez and the Nats. Marlins have the bullpen emoji, winds blowing in. Alvarez is okay, but you are kind of trusting a second career start rookie against Meyer, who's like legitimately breaking out. And I know the Nats, have been a lot of fun, and the offense is really good. I don't want to put the Nats in the category of teams that I won't go up against with a good price. So I like the Miami F5 because I see like a minus 105, and I think that price is wrong. I think we have the pitching edge, and I think though we don't have the hitting edge, it's not that far off. Again, this is like a scratch a run across a situation. You know what I mean? Troy Melton on the bump for the Tigres, wind blowing in Tampa. Tigers plus 125 against Flat Fucking Fish of Florida, minus 150 at the crib. Nicky Martinez going for the Rays. Ah, man. Model has this one priced properly. I guess the F5, no. Worth taking a look. That's my play. Tigers getting the half run F5, minus 110. Tigers are starting to hit a little bit, and nobody seems to care. Rays offense is just okay. I just think it's too expensive for the Rays against the Tigers. Again, Melton is good, and I love getting paid on the fucking ties, man. That's like one of my things. Trent says, have a great day. Thanks for the analysis. Hopefully the like button is working again. Yeah, I don't know if it wasn't. Whatever. Let's blame it. It's all a conspiracy against me. I'd be doing jiggly bets. I mean, I got the fucking tits for it, yo. Come on. Hey, you gotta make fun of yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Again, life and this kind of shit, here's some good advice for you youngsters out there. Life is literally all about fucking balance. And when you find your passion and the thing you love, you want to just feed energy into it. And that's good. However, burnout is fucking real. I did this myself when I first started learning how to trade derivatives. There's so much money and it never ends. It never stops. So you're like, I could wake up at 2 in the morning. You could wake up at 2 in the morning and make fucking 10 G's while everyone's sleeping. You gotta disconnect. I'm telling you, man. You gotta disconnect. Find a balance. Find the fucking zen. For real, yo. For real. So important to not always be hammered away. It could be whatever it is. For me, it's like sappy family stuff. Hunting, fishing, drawing, fucking painting, being a recluse. I'm not trying to make you like people. I'm not trying to make you like fucking religion or anything. You don't have to like girls. You don't have to like boys. You don't have to anything. But you should get away from the passion sometimes, especially if it involves risk. It changes you. All right, so don't be defined by it because it'll make you fucking crazy. The saying is, right, you stare into the abyss for too long, right, and become it, right? Be careful, right? be wary to stare into the abyss too long, lest ye become it, or whatever the fucking real quote is. But for real, find the fucking balance. I forget where the fuck I was going with that. But I know I was talking about balance. Anyway, Eric Fettiwap on the bump for the Pale Hose. That offense has been something. But you got to like Taj Bradley and the Twinks to get it done today. If you're not buying the Bradley stuff, it's like the easiest over, I think. Model not buying the cover the way I'd like them to. I guess it's a lack of faith in the bullpen. But I think you could get a cover here also. Maybe if you were doing like early pair stuff, right? If you're like pairing the F5s I was talking about. So I had Miami money line, F5 money line. We have Detroit F5 run line. And if you went Minnesota first 5 money line, that's a blah, 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 blah. Plus 482. Not bad. And the last one is Mets and Mariners. Kirby versus Peralta. I don't know, maybe I like an early donkey pair. Maybe I like Seattle and Minnesota. Seattle beat the Mets. Yesterday, I think Kirby's a significantly better pitcher. I even like the way Seattle's offense has been swinging the stick lately. Mets, just a little disappointing. Surprise, surprise, right? Breaking fucking news. So yeah, in the morning, I don't know. I'm not really into this morning. So I may end up betting them straight, actually. I do like Meyer. I do like Melton. But if you know me, I'm the worst daytime better in the fucking world. I hate carrying around that sour fucking belch all fucking day. It's the fucking stone cold worst. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you so much for watching the show. Our average view time is legit insane from what I understand. Like legit insane, up with like the A1 tier of content creators. So again, it's one of us, people, right? One of us.
What is your profession?
Let's fucking go. Right. Once you find this, you're one of us. I'll be here for you every day. And that's what it's all about, right? I was mentioning that. Sustainability. We don't throw the fucking ball. We don't swing the fucking bat. You can only beat yourself up so much. But at the same token, you can only blame them so much, right? There's that balance I was talking about. Being serious while having fun, that was the thing I was trying to get at. Was you put so much fucking time into something that you got to make sure that you're having fun doing it. Getting into the self-deprecation. Right, you can't be too serious. You got to kick your own ass a little bit. Everybody needs a fucking ass kicking. This is something that's wrong with the world right now, for real. Everybody needs a fucking ass kicking. Everybody, at least once in your life, should feel the fucking sting. Feel that fucking sting of getting clapped, and you go, oh my God, your world fucking changes. Your world changes. Not just the pain, it's the stunning, it's everything. It's a wake-up call for fucking everybody. Everybody should get fucking cup smacked once in their fucking life. I'm not saying beat your fucking kids or anything, obviously. Don't get that twisted. I've never hit my fucking kids. Every teenager should get fucking challenged, right? So, like, I encourage being wild. Everybody should be wild enough that you get fucking challenged, right? If you don't ever get slapped, you probably didn't push the boundaries enough. I pushed them fucking plenty. You don't want to be like me, man. I got fucking stories, yo. I got fucking stories. Hand of fucking God, I had a cocked and loaded fucking 45 in my mouth. I got fucking held up on Cortelia Road in fucking Brooklyn over here in the fucking hood. It's fucking ugly, yo. Sucks. I'm not gonna be alive. That's part of why I am the fucking way I am. I'm a crazy fucking person. So yeah, avoid those near-death experiences, everybody, and behave yourself. But you only go around once, motherfucker. Grab that bitch by the fucking horns and you fucking hump it into submission. All right, now we're getting weird. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I know. Don Eduardo says you rock. I love it. La Familia es todo. My boy. Yo, my boy. Amen. That's me, man. Again, I was very lucky to escape a fucked up life and be given another, chance to have it all. And to me, having it all, you know what I mean? With the new Black Kirkland on, who but me? Think I give a fuck about fancy shit? I don't give a fuck about fancy shit. That's loser shit. That's fucking loser shit. It is. Now, if you got it, you can afford it. You do whatever the fuck you want. That's loser shit. Trying to show for other people is loser shit. Put your money and your time and your focus into your passion and into your family. Hopefully they're the same. But if not, like I said, go read, go fucking write, go fucking paint, go fucking hunt, go fucking fish, go stare at the fucking clouds. Learn to meditate. I talked about this the other day. Learning mindfulness, mindfulness meditation. Challenge me. See if you think I'm fucking smart and I've helped you learn, that's a fucking real lesson. Learn, right? How you don't control thoughts. They're fluid. You're not responsible for them, and you let them fucking flow. And all the negative, all the aggravation is yours. It's yours to have and yours to project and yours to accept. You can feel pain and just think, that hurts. And let it wash. You don't have to drag ass. You don't have to continue to make bad decisions. And again, I'm guilty of all this stuff myself sometimes. But love yous all. Jay Bird, appreciate you, Sam. It's in the old fucking wooden spoon. Word. Yo, I caught it. I caught it in my fucking Latino friends. You got that chicleta, right? I know, I don't fucking know. Yo, I'm born in this motherfucker, man. We are assimilated. We get the fucking chicleta right at the fucking head. All right, let's get out of here. Yo. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day. When you're done with the book, enjoy the pay. How sick was that last 5 minutes, bro? You know, because I gotta have some fun. Self-audit, learn, move forward. How good we feel good, right? Feel good, look good. Well, me, not as much as others, but enjoy the games, enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. Remember, when you work this freaking hard, man, the winning feels a lot less like luck.